It's time to make our picks for Saturday's game. Ohio State hosting Cincinnati at 6 p.m. Doug Maurice outside the Woody Hayes Athletic Center with Ari Wasserman and Bill Landis. We'll start with you, Bill. You're undefeated. He's undefeated, right?
I'm undefeated.
Oh, you're undefeated. How's it feel to be undefeated?
I'm always better than you. That's fine.
All right, we'll save the best for last then. Bill Landis, your pick, Ohio State-Cincinnati on Saturday.
I think I was a little bit more excited about this matchup 2 weeks ago before I saw Cincinnati's game against Miami, Ohio. I was not very impressed with Cincinnati in that game. Now, I don't know what that means for this week. It could have been a situation where they were overlooking Miami and looking forward to this game. I'm not sure, but I think now that I've had a chance to kind of look at both teams, I think Ohio State's a little bit better. I like Ohio State 35-28. I don't think Cincinnati can stop Ohio State. I'm not so sure that Ohio State can stop Cincinnati, but I think they're good enough to stop them a couple times and keep Cincinnati off the scoreboard a few times early in the game. So I think it's 35-28. I don't think it's going to feel that close. I think Ohio State will be pretty comfortable winning by a touchdown, but I think at the end it'll be a close game.
So they're 14-point favorites, right, Ari? Is that right? 14-point favorites?
Yep.
So you do think that it's closer than the line indicates, though?
Yeah, I think it's closer than the line. I think Cincinnati can score. I just don't know if they can score enough to beat Ohio State.
We're saving you. I'm going to pick Cincinnati. In the preseason, Ari and I both picked Ohio State to go 10-2 and 7-1 in the Big Ten. That was with a non-conference loss. Ari was right. He picked Virginia Tech as his non-conference loss. When I did that pick, I thought Cincinnati would be the non-conference loss. And although Bill makes some good points about what we've seen from Cincinnati, Tommy Tuberville did say they did not play well against Miami. He was not happy with that second game. They made a lot of mistakes. Gunnar Kiel made mistakes. They had breakdowns defensively. I think we'll see a better Cincinnati team. I think we could see Ohio State control the game and move the ball consistently between the 20s and have problems in the red zone, which they have had this year. They were very good at that last year and the year before. They have not been as good at that this year. I think they could have to settle for field goals a couple times. I think they could have a critical turnover or two that take away scoring opportunities, and I could see Cincinnati not consistently moving the ball, but making a big play 2, 3, 4 times in the pass game where there's a breakdown in coverage and they make Ohio State pay with a 60-yard gain. I do think this Cincinnati team is more equipped than most teams Ohio State will play to make them pay for a defensive lapse. I think the defense will be better over the course of 70 plays. I still think this defense is capable of making 4, 5, 6 critical mistakes, and I think Cincinnati could make them pay for it. So I know it would be a big upset. I'm going to say Cincinnati 28, Ohio State 27. In a historic game, Ohio State hasn't lost to an Ohio team since 1921. It's a little bit of a risk. I agree with a lot of what Bill said about Cincinnati's defense, but I just wonder if Ohio State's offense can be consistent enough to take advantage and cash in on their opportunities. And now we go to Mr. Undefeated.
How much do I like Vegas, Doug?
Ari loves Vegas.
And I already doubted it once. And I was right. Mathematically, I'm not going to do it again. That Virginia Tech game, Ohio State was 11.5-point favorite. Virginia Tech came in and won. This time they're a 14-point favorite, and that's exactly what I kind of think is going to happen in this game. When you have a youthful team, I think the whole bye week thing is really overrated a lot of times, but depending on how they approached it, if they did another mini training camp like they say they do sometimes, that could really get Ohio State into the next gear. I think that this is going to be the most complete game that we see out of Ohio State all year, just based on the talent that's going to be on the field. And I know that Cincinnati does have some good Division I players. The receivers are very good, but I think that Ohio State's defense is really going to impose its will for the first time on an opponent this year, outside of Kent State, because that doesn't count. So my score is 31-17, right on the dot, right on the spread.
Wait. But when we do the picks then against the spread, what do we do? How do we do it?
Just give me the win.
You're going to push? You're going to push on the spread?
I mean, I guess there is like such thing as undefeated. So like 12-0-1 or 11-0-1. Okay, you know what? 32-17.
Okay.
Ohio State. Because I like being perfect. But that's just kind of the way I see the game playing out. If Ohio State's ever going to do it, it has to be this weekend. I mean, if they're going to go through the entire non-conference and not look impressive at all and have a loss, I'm not necessarily sure that's where this team wants and needs to be. And I just don't see Urban Meyer letting that happen.
There you have it, Mr. Undefeated, Doug Maurice, Bill Landis. Those are our picks. We'll take your picks in the comments below this post. And, of course, we'll have coverage all the way up until kickoff. And then from Ohio Stadium starting at 6 o'clock on Saturday. So live outside the Woody Hayes Athletic Center. Ari, Bill, I'm Doug. Thanks for watching.